I'm seeing these people that are tripping over Gen X, my generation, from what is that, 1965 to 1980, born within that range. We don't get offended easily. We've taken all of our punches to become who we are today. So let me get this massage going, guys, and I'm gonna show some clips that I've filtered through when I was at the crib. So we'll get to those after I leave this. Paulie doesn't have anything else for me to do. She's doing the hard work now. She's doing the books.
Question for Gen X. What is one life lesson that you had to learn the hard way?
All of them, all of them, all of them, all the lessons. We were encouraged to learn the hard way. Oh, no, let her stand on that. See what happens. I bet she won't do it again. No, let her touch it. I bet she won't do it again. I mean, sometimes we do it again. But if I had $1 for every time I heard, I bet she won't do it again, which is code for you're going to learn this the hard way, I would be so rich. Draped in jewels and, well, I don't really like too much jewelry, but actually, I'm over 50. I'm in sweatpants. I'd have lots of sweatpants. I bet I could count on one hand the times I heard, no, don't do that. You'll hurt yourself. No. All of them. Every single lesson was learned the hard way in our generation. Our parents designed it that way. I was probably 8. I threatened to run away from home. My mom packed me a bag. You think you don't want to live here? Then go. Shut the door and locked it behind me. I was back in 4 minutes, crying at the front door. That's just the way it was. It made us tough. And we have a lot of, scars, probably.
We learned our life lessons by looking down at our scars, going to bed without dinner, not being able to go outside, inside.
There wasn't no car seats, no seat belts, no nothing. Just get in the car and sit where you're gonna sit. Not only would they call CPS for this shit nowadays, you're going to jail.
Y'all are going to jail. Period.
At the number 4 spot, not knowing where your kid's at. What did your mother say if somebody came to the crib looking for you? I don't know, they outside somewhere. We went where we wanted to go, we did what we wanted to do, but we knew one thing. Be back in that crib before the street light come on.
And yeah, street lights is real. We didn't know the time, but we knew what a street light was.
At the number 3 spot, sending your kids to the store for cigarettes and beer. Not only would your mother go to jail, the store clerk would go to jail too, because he see a goddamn note that you could have wrote yourself and he give you whatever you asked for. That's just the way it was back then, but if you try that shit right now, somebody calling CPS on you and you going to jail.
That one I never understood. How did they ever let us buy cigarettes with a note? Yeah, they should have picked up our parents a long time ago. We're just doing some errands, taking the car to get washed. Came all the way from Paulie's people's house, and of course it was disgusting to drive there. Anyway, so my daughter is coming back out to Thailand. This time, both my daughters. I have a 22-year-old. I have a 35-year-old. They need husbands, and I'm dead serious. Now, one is in her last year of nursing. The oldest one, she's a working chemical engineer. They need husbands. They have no problem about a man making $100,000, $200,000 a year. That's not what they're looking for. Sounds like I'm a dating circus for them, which at this point I am. I never thought I would say I want my daughters to hurry up and get married. At this point, yeah. A 22-year-old thinks she has time. No, you don't. They're going to Bangkok to see a concert. That's the only reason they're coming to Thailand, not even to see me. Yeah, it's just I am the second on the totem pole. You can move across the world and you're still going to be dealing with children issues, even though these are grown adults. I need this to be some other man's problem. Let me see if I got this right. They think they're living the general, normal, middle-class life. I try to tell them, this is not what people do. You're going to New York tomorrow, You're going to Italy. You're going to Thailand next month. After that, at the beginning of August, they're going to Los Angeles for some reason. I don't know. I'll ask her about it. There's a lot of girls in the West that think, you know, with the right type of cerebral aptitude, but they're just unlucky when it comes to dating or finding a date.
Things that Generation X did back in the day that would never fly today.
Beating in public.
Public beatings.
Public beatings.
Like where you got drug out of a store.
Yes.
Like where your hands like up here in the air.
It's just beating the living bejesus up.
As you're walking out of the store.
Or both.
I don't know if we should laugh about it or cry.
Well, we can laugh because it happened to us.
Do I have to take you out of here?
Also, beatings in a car.
I will take you to the car.
Yep, driving down the highway at 70 miles an hour with a cigarette in her mouth, beating you with the other hand.
She didn't care which one she got. No. Didn't matter who the guilty party was. Nope.
If one did something, we all suffered.
Yeah, you had open beatings. My boys were 7 years old. My ex-wife, she dragged one of my kids through the mall by his feet. Even I tripped out. I wasn't going to say nothing to no black woman.
Here are 6 things that made 0 sense. First, don't sit close to the TV. I sat close to the TV. My whole family was in all the other furniture. Where was I supposed to sit? You put my little rug in front of the TV. Clearly you wanted me to sit there. Although I am darn near blind now, so maybe I shouldn't have sat so close to the TV. Second, I will turn this car around. My dad said this all the time. So what? To go back where? To the house? I didn't want to leave the house in the first place. You're the one making me go to church or school or whatever. Turn the car around.
Sitting close to the TV? Yeah. That was real. My pop didn't say anything about I'll turn the car around. Someone would just get punched. You just reach back with one hand. And my parents weren't big disciplinarians. Maybe 3 in our lifetime. But I remember them. They weren't that bad. Hot wheel tracks.
Number 3, wait an hour after eating before you swim. We had a pool in Maine, which was hardly ever used because, well, Maine. And I remember having to sit there after my PB&J for an hour before I was allowed to swim again. Hey, you should follow me. I'm a Gen X kid who's still processing all of this. Number 4, you'll understand when you're older. The only thing I truly understand now that I'm older is that adults were winging it in 1984, just like I'm winging it in 2026. Nobody understands anything. Number 5, don't crack your knuckles or you'll get arthritis. I didn't really believe this one then, so score 1 for stupid me. And number 6, don't swallow your gum or it'll be in your stomach for years.
So you're telling me in the future, people just stare at a little box all day, inside and outside?
And in the future, you don't even own the music. You just pay every month to borrow it. Like if you stop paying, the music just disappears.
Wait, so before people eat, they take a picture of the food and show strangers? And the strangers like and comment on it?
So I got some chili, garlic bread. Guess it's sour cream. Comes with rice. But hands down, America beats anyone in any country I've ever been to throughout my life at getting food out at the same time. Polly got her pork chop, mashed potatoes. All right, there's a damage, $7.33.
So in the future, everyone has their own phone and they use it to type messages instead of call? And if someone calls you without typing it first, it's considered rude? So you're telling me in the future, people just post their diary for everyone to see?
Some people get paid for it.
For their diary? And in the future, a little box just tells you where to go? Turn by turn? And people still get lost? If you want food from a restaurant, you just tap the box and a stranger brings it to your door and you pay extra for that and then you rate the stranger. Our moms always say don't talk to strangers. But in the future, everyone just talks to strangers all day on the little box and shows them their house and their kids. So in the future, nobody ever just sits with the quiet, like ever? That sounds really exhausting. In the future, everyone's connected to everything, and people are still lonely.
The fact that the generation that licked lead off of paintbrushes and used asbestos as snow in Wizard of Oz is telling the generation that grew up with literally all information at the tips of our fingers that we're stupid and that they're wiser because they're older is so dumb.
Oh, that's funny. You are just a bucket of hilarity, man. You damn right we had to deal with lead and we had to deal with mercury. Play with mercury with our bare hands, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We had to deal with asbestos. Asbestos was in our homes. It was in the clinics. It was in the schools. It was everywhere. Here's the difference. All of our ops were tangible. You could touch it. You could touch lead. You could see asbestos. You could see mercury. See, but what y'all got? Y'all allergic to shit you can't even verify. Who the hell seen a gluten? Y'all allergic to some imaginary shit. We shot each other with BB guns. We rolled down the hill on bikes with no brakes. We did all that. No, what we didn't need a mental health day. We didn't need a mental health day. We got on with our lives. That's what we did. And you talking about, say you're the generation who literally have information at your fingertip, but your son, bitch, you won't use it. Y'all don't know how to do a goddamn thing. And got Google and YouTube as a reference. All the facts are at your fingertips, and yet y'all still feel like feelings is more valid than facts. That is very stupid. It's a difference between book sense and common sense. And I'm not pulling this out my ass. Talk to any teacher. Talk to any teacher. Y'all kind of dumb. You can't read. Whatever her grade is right now, 10 years ago, same grade. Y'all are so far behind. This is not me saying this. This is teachers. This is teachers saying even during the pandemic, all your classes on Zoom. Teachers right there, she can't see everything you're doing. You got your phone right there in your hand. Y'all too dumb to cheat.
This is why we don't get the diseases you guys get. We ate paint. We played with mercury. Yeah, I played with mercury in my hand. Nobody told me I couldn't do it. So we did it.
These new kids be trying to act like their parents is too strict on them. And baby, let me tell you something. If you got a millennial parent, they not that strict. If you want to see strict, you should have met our parents when we were growing up. Your parents right now actually take an opportunity to sit down and talk to you to figure out what's going on with your day, to figure out what's happening with you. Our parents wasn't going for none of that. Wasn't no talking, wasn't no conversation, wasn't no therapy, wasn't no anxiety when I was growing up. Hell, anything we did growing up was deemed disrespectful. We didn't have time to be anxious because we had to worry about if we was going to catch a shoe to the back of the head. Everybody I know right now couldn't even breathe hard after their parents said something. If your parents said something, you went, I heard that. Be disrespectful again. Like you heard what? Me living? Me taking in oxygen?
Every time I breathe, they're like, why you breathing so hard? So I can live. What kind of...
And we didn't call adults by their first name. Everybody was Mr. or Miss, period. There was not a single kid in my generation ever called any adult by their first name.
We fought in real life, not on the internet. We are the last generation of feral children. We didn't have safe spaces. We didn't have trigger warnings. No one was allergic to gluten. We mind our own business. We are older than Google. We are not the bigger person. Leave us alone.
You guys have peanut allergies, fish allergies, allergies to gluten or whatever the hell that is. I don't even know what gluten is. Are y'all making these things up?
Tiny diabetes in a cup sugar bomb that defined an era. Depending on where you grew up, they might have been called different names. Quarter waters, hugs, barrel juices, chugga jugs. Growing up in Ohio, if you called it juice with enough confidence near a corner store in the 80s and 90s, everybody knew what you was talking about. It was that clear plastic, grenade-filled, brightly colored, questionably flavored liquid, sealed with a thin foil top. And baby, they was everywhere. Corner stores, bodegas, house parties, after-school program, the back of somebody's cousin's trunk, and the flavors was just colors: red, blue, green, purple, and maybe orange. They also came in packs of 20 for $3.99, and you could throw them in the freezer and make a poor man's slushy. They made our tongues glow like a mood ring and probably stripped the enamel right off our teeth by age 10. But we didn't care. We was sugar gremlins sprinting through sprinklers.
And Kool-Aid too. So do they even sell Kool-Aid anymore? Get your immune system up. Drink a bunch of sugar, a bunch of candy, take some Flintstone vitamins.
Today's question for Gen X. How did you guys used to block people you do?
Callbacks.
On weekends, families didn't sit around scrolling short videos. We went to the video store with our parents to pick out movies for the night. We had to wait an entire week to get our photos developed. And somehow we paid for pictures before we even knew if they turned out good. No streaming, no on-demand. You had to check the TV guide to see what was coming on next. And somehow, everybody knew that blowing into a game cartridge could magically make it work again, even without the internet. A lot of TVs didn't even have remotes, so we'd argue about who had to get up and turn it off. And if you asked us who the worst people on earth were, people who returned VHS tapes without rewinding them were definitely on the list.
We had to wait a week or two to get our pictures back. We had to have photo albums. You guys have thousands of pictures on your phone, but don't have a single photo album.
Does anybody else remember when They used to sell pistachios in red shells.
Red pistachio nut.
So somebody brought this up in a message to me about the red pistachios. I thought it was like a normal thing, but what I've noticed is I haven't seen red pistachios in years. And I wasn't sure if it was like the dye that's in them or if it was how they stained your fingers.
Yeah, my mom used to eat these pistachios, the red ones. They put that red on it, I didn't know back then, to cover up the blemishes. I don't even eat pistachios anymore because they don't have the red dye on them. I need all that sodium.
Pistachios, and we would eat them. And your fingers would be all red and you would have to wash them and it would hardly ever come out. But they tasted like regular pistachios. It was just the shell that was red. And I don't know why they were red. I don't know if it was a marketing thing back when and they decided to just do it. But pistachios are good the way they are. And I don't know why you wouldn't just eat them in the regular white shell.
Did you know there's a psychological reason that old people seem to keep listening to the same music that they listened to when they were young?
Did you know there's a non-psychological reason that we keep listening to the music of yesteryear? It's because we had the best music.
That's because
we had the best music.
Whatever you're listening to between the ages of 12 and 22,
The best music. I feel like this is getting redundant.
will be assigned a heightened sense of importance.
Like she's not listening. That's because we had the best music. So let's recap. We listened to the music because we had the best music. I mean, once you've had the best, how can you ever settle for anything less?
No, and we had the best music. Yeah. And it wasn't like it is now. If you black, you listen to black music. If you white, you listen to white music. When I grew up, I listened to everything from Earth, Wind, and Fire to Kiss to that band called Kansas, Dust in the Wind, everything. If I like the music, now, if you black, you got to listen to the music of your race. That's crazy.
Remember Thirsty Thursday and all the insane bar deals? Millennials were getting absolutely annihilated for like $11. You'd walk into the bar and they'd be like, ladies drink free until 10 p.m. Dollar wells, 2-for-1 AMFs, dollar mystery shots, mind erasers for $2. The economy basically said, we can't help you buy a house and we cannot guarantee you a job, but we can help you black out for cheap. A vodka soda now costs the same as a small appliance. Back then, we had happy hour, ladies' night, industry night. Ours were basically running Groupon specials for bad decisions. Now you go out for a couple drinks and somehow your tab looks like a car payment.
Y'all notice that Gen X has just disappeared in the abyss? Like, what are they doing? Are they working jobs? Like, because they're not doing barbecues. They're not doing family events. They're not watching the grandkids. Like, what are they doing?
Minding the business that pay us. That's what we doing. That's something that y'all need to learn to do. We ain't bothering nobody over here in Generation X. Nobody. We is minding our business. Many of us is in the bed watching Tubi. That's all we doing. In the bed watching Tubi, maybe eating a few good snacks. Healthy snacks, that is, just in case my coach is on here. Minding my business. Hell no. And I said hell no. We is not having barbecues and watching children. Y'all asses are still here. Why the hell would I want to watch another human being? No, I'm not doing that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a mother. And you always got a place to lay your head temporarily. But no, I'm not watching more than one human being at a time. I'm at a place where I can do what I want to do. I can lay in this bed. I can take a trip if I want to. I can go buy what food I want to. I can do what I want to do. Why are you bothering us? Leave us the hell alone.
What do you mean, what are Gen X doing? We're minding our business. We're doing us. Stop trying to pull us into everything. We're not messing with you. Don't mess with us because we don't care. We don't care about all the crying you're doing about you can't buy a house. Yeah, I want everyone who wants a house to buy a house. But y'all are crazy when you said, oh, Gen X, and they have $500,000 houses that we can't afford. What am I supposed to do? Sell my house for a lower price so you'll be happy?
Let's talk a little bit about Generation X, the generation so terrifying they couldn't even give it a
name. So Gen Xers were raised in a very interesting period of time. They were raised by baby boomers, so they knew a very older and maybe kind of feral way to exist and live their life. But then they were also old enough, so when the internet and a lot of new technology started coming out, they also knew a lot more. So they had this kind of ability to cherry pick the best traits of baby boomers and millennials, which makes them some of the most dangerous fucking people in the world. Most of the Gen Xers I knew either went to the military, went to rehab, or went to jail. That means the ones that are left are fucking survivors. So for as many changes in music and style and culture that you think you've been through, in the last 50 years, they've been through the most. Also, mental illness wasn't trendy back then. So any kind of mental illness that they had, they usually didn't get any treatment for it. So they had to learn how to cope with it themselves. Medications weren't as delicate or as effective back then. And that leaves you with some very fucking interesting people. Get yourself a Gen X friend, but they'll probably just tell you to fuck.
Don't wait to live your life.
Depression. I don't think there's a Gen X to this day that knew anyone who knew anything about the word depression nor had it. That didn't exist back then. Gen X, we are like this because we worked our 40, 45, some of us 50 years. So you think that we should do what? Suffer? No, we worked. You have to work. If you don't choose to work, that's on you. What is all the complaining doing in society that you're tired of working? Everyone's tired of working. They pay you to work. You work and you get paid. No one likes to work. Work sucks so bad, they have to pay you to do it.